Leptospirosis. 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 Clinical feature in animal, cattle, sheep, and goat. Acute fever, malaise, depression, loss of appetite, weakness, conjunctivitis, anemia, diarrhea, hemoglobinuria, jaundice, and encephalitis, mastitis. Chronic fever, nephritis, abortion, infertility. Big fever, conjunctivitis, jaundice, hemoglobinuria, convulsions, abortion, liver necrosis. Dogs, canicola, vomiting, dehydration, collapse, blood stain, fixes, fever, nephritis, death, sudden temperature, depression, shivering, vomiting, hemorrhage, jaundice. Horse, fever, anorexia, conjunctivitis, hemoglobinuria, jaundice, abortion, periodic ophthalmia. Clinical feature in man. Clinical feature in man: fever, myalgia, headache, conjunctivitis, suffocation, abdominal pain, jaundice, uveitis, nephritis, acute renal failure, multi-organ failure, and death. 10 to 20%. Complication: hepatitis, pulmonary affection, encephalitis, pancreatitis, myocarditis. Clinical findings: 3 to 7 days, 30 days, 30 days. Septicemic immune. Fever, myalgia, headache, conjunctivitis, suffocation, red eye, abdominal pain, vomiting. Meningitis, uveitis, rash fever, central nervous system (CNS) involvement in leptospirosis most commonly occur as aseptic meningitis. Complications such as optic neuritis, uveitis, iridocyclitis, chorioretinitis, and peripheral neuropathy occur more frequently in high fever, jaundice, hemorrhagic renal failure, multi-organ failure. Wells syndrome is usually caused by icterohemorrhagic. Historical Adolf Well in 1896 in Germany described a human case showing splenomegaly, hepatomegaly, and renal failure. Taylor and Goyle in 1931 isolated leptospirosis from patient in Iceland. Ayer reported a fetal disease in dog in Madras city, isolated icterohemorrhagic from kidney. Michin and Agino first reported of leptospirosis in cattle in USSR in the world. Ball and Sek in several animal species in Maharashtra state. Leptospira laboratory established at Mukteshwar campus Uttaranchal of IVRI in 1956. Adi Narayanan et al., Pandey et al. At IVRI reported outbreak of leptospirosis in cattle by Hebdomatis pomona. Venkataraman and Jonanath cattle and buffalo में leptospirosis in Madras due to poi juvenica and Hoyes Ratnam Rajsekhar Najiha Srivastava et al. Reported disease caused by Grippotyphosa javanica, Autumnalis pomona, icterohemorrhagic Wolfie pomona in animal species. Srivastava et al. Reported that goats suffer from a mild form of disease. Zoonotic cycle. Zoonotic cycle. Wild animal, domestic animal, man. Carrier man, natural carrier convergent. Work conduct at Indian Veterinary Research Institute serology. More than 20,000 sera tested for the evidence of leptospirosis and almost 10 to 12% found positive. Heart that Joe reported in goat in 1988, in Mithun in 1986, in wild animal in 1989. Isolated a new server named Izzatnagar from a rodent besides several known servers isolated from dog and cattle. Pathogenicity studies. Pathogenicity of several Leptospira servers which Pomona Hardajo Izzatnagar etc. was studied in goats. Identification and significance of protein antigen in sero diagnosis of leptospirosis was carried out. Wells syndrome, rice field fever, canicola fever, Cancutter's fever, stump fever, Atman fever, Ekiyami, swine heart disease, hemorrhagic jaundice, Stuttgart disease, dead water of calf. Visible under dark field microscope a spirochete under the family Leptospirosis order Spirochetes. It is motile aerobic about 0.1 mm in diameter by 6 to 20 mm in length, long corkscrew shape. Icterohemorrhagic and conicola are the most common serovars and manifest the disease. Molecular studies. Gene of lip L32, lip L41, OMP211, OMP21 protein of several serovars was sequenced and submitted to gene bank under accession number. Gene cloned and expressed to produce recombinant protein. The recombinant protein used for developing genus-specific sero-diagnostic test, ELISA and latex test. Surveillance. Routine surveillance, seroprevalence and investigating cases, event-specific surveillance, outbreak investigation, assay utility of intervention, IN, domestic animal, wild animal, natural carrier. Overall prevalence in animal during 1975 to 90 was 10.1%, being highest in sheep 20.6%. During 1991-2000, the overall seropositively marginally increased to 13.4%, which was due to an increase in case of leptospirosis in cattle 50.8% and dogs 90.1%. During next 5 years, the disease status has remained as approx 12%. Prevalence of human leptospirosis. Prevalence of human leptospirosis in an Iceland, first reported in 1931. L. Gripothyposa, Iceland, isolated. This serovar is still persisting. Karnataka, Maharashtra, several outbreaks. L. In Nandar, isolated, a common pediatric problem in Bangalore. In Kerala, IST, isolation from rodents, 11 cases in 1982 to approx 2000 in 2001. The task force of ICMR carried out the study at 14 centers of the country during 2000 to November 2001. Out of total of 3581 suspected cases examined, 414 diagnosis as leptospirosis using dipstick test and 162 using med positive rate. 25.6% in southern India, 8.3% in northern India, 3 to 5% in western India, 3 to 1 in eastern, and 3.3% in central India. Seropositivity was recorded using 50,449 sera sample collected from clinically suspected area. Cases sera were Australia predominated in animal, 57.47% seropositively, in wild animal 72.73% in captive and 37.7% in rat. In Thane, Western Maharashtra during 2005, after the heavy monsoon and full flood, 60% confirmed cases were recorded out of 3,300 suspected examined. 3.8% death in Ulhasnagar, 196 cases detected with 30.1% seropositively. The disease is endemic in Navsari district of Gujarat. In 2001 in 2004, more than 600 cases were recorded. In AP during 2001 to 5, more than 500 cases of PUO were examined. 470 were seropositive, 0 were Hardejo predominant. AMS recorded during 2005-6 zero evidence of leptospirosis in 43 or 121 patients examined. Clinical features include fever 79%, malaria 53%, vomiting 44%, headaches 42%, and various other. Prevalence of leptospirosis in India. Common reacting leptospirosis in animal. Distribution of leptospirosis. Leptospira strain isolated from carrier in India. Creation of Central Leptospirosis Surveillance and Monitoring Unit. Coordination and integration of surveillance activities in medical and veterinary field. Planning and designing of surveillance strategy and make recommendation to implement this strategy. Evaluation of overall efficacy of the surveillance program and specific surveillance tool. Monitoring of disease trend and threat. Educate public clinicians, veterinarians, farmers, and others about the problem of leptospirosis. The Diagnostic Laboratory Network. A diverse national laboratory network of local, state and central medical and veterinary testing laboratory to provide diagnosis. Reference laboratories are also include sample result strengthening of Project Directorate on animal disease monitoring and surveillance. Personnel shall be involved in animal disease surveillance and surveillance enhancement through developing collection, storage management and analysis system, arranging training program, building partnership in the country and abroad, source of information, veterinary officer and veterinary auxiliaries, private veterinary practitioner in charge, diagnostic laboratories, quarantine officers. Information inflow in animal leptospirosis surveillance system. Veterinary field workers inspects and collects information, send material to diagnostic laboratories, provide information to district level officers or veterinarian, checking and validation of data by officer, provide information to state directors, information to OIE Paris for publication of animal yearbook, and updating of database. Proposed national coordinating network. International Leptospirosis Society, Brisbane, Australia, has more than 300 members from various countries, hold a meeting every second year, created a website Laptonet as per the WHO guideline to collect information on the prevalence of leptospirosis in countries throughout the world. Thank you.